presenters here. Good morning. It's Denise. Is that correct?
Hi, yes, good morning. I'm Denise Mayer. I'm
Great.
from New Jersey.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you kind of describe to us what your connection to SCAD is?
Sure. I had a SCAD heart attack about 4.5 years ago on April 16th, 2016. I I was 40 years old, close to my 41st birthday, and I wasn't feeling well about a week prior to the SCAD event. I noticed that I was run down, I was tired. Um, I just was feeling off. I also had a partial hysterectomy about 3 months prior to the SCAD heart attack. So I recovered from that, and then I had gotten hit with this heart attack. I did go to my doctor about 3 days prior to the SCAD event, saying I'm very in tune with my body. So I had an idea that something wasn't right. I said, I believe I'm having a heart attack. He said, no, you're not. You're fine. You're healthy. You're 40 years old, because I was at my son's baseball game. I had some upper pain in my back. And that's what triggered me to think of heart. And then, so that was on a Wednesday. I went to the physician. On Saturday morning, I woke up to start my day. I bent down to pick up my socks off the floor, and I got hit with felt like a lightning strike bolt across my back. Um, Within 5 minutes, it went to both of my arms, numbness and tingling, and then to my chest. At first I said, maybe it was anxiety, because I did have anxiety. And I told my husband, right away, and within 10 minutes he drove me to the ER. I said, walking into the ER, I'm having a heart attack. So I was grateful that not that I knew symptoms of SCAD. I had no idea what SCAD was, but just knowing that something wasn't right. And so I was treated in the ER. It was a Saturday. I stayed in the hospital. I had 2 cardiac catheterizations. They were able to tell that there was a dissection. They didn't know that at first. In the ER, they were all shocked because I was healthy. I was young. They were asking me if I had reflux. I said I've had heartburn since I'm 13. This isn't heartburn. This is something else. So after 2 catheterizations, the first one, they saw that there was so much blood there pooled that they weren't able to, I guess, to determine exactly, you know, where the blockage was. Or so they let me stay on blood thinners for 24 hours. They went back in for the second catheterization, and everything was cleared. So I'm so grateful that I didn't need any stents. I went home on aspirin and a blood thinner at that point. And it, like, I was just asking my husband, I'm like, how was I really? Because you don't think of it until now, 4 years down the line. It did hit me about maybe a month to 2 months when I got home from the hospital, what I exactly went through. He
Hmm.
said, you were so calm. You were so calm in the hospital. You handled everything so well.
Right.
And so,
So the staff did recognize it as a dissection, and I guess through the angiogram and treated it appropriately. So it
yes.
sounded like okay. Do you recall, I guess, kind of what they were telling you, what words they used to describe what was going on? They told you that you're having a heart attack or you're having a dissection?
Yes, they did mention after my troponin level upon admission was elevated, and then they rechecked it. I believe probably 6 to 8 hours later, and it was higher than it was originally when I entered the ER. So that confirmed that indeed it was a heart attack. So they did come and tell us that.
Okay.
And then, I just remember family members researching then dissection while I was in the hospital. Like, what is this? We had no idea. We'd never heard of it before. I know I didn't have no pre-existing conditions. I didn't have high cholesterol. I didn't have high blood pressure. I was active my whole life, ate healthy, and we were just in shock that this could happen to me.
Right. So what would you tell somebody who thinks that this just can't happen to them?
That it definitely can happen to you. We just want to spread awareness about SCAD, and I continue to do that. I informed the EMTs, I informed the hospitals. I gave out brochures. To let others know that, even to this day, some people like SCAD, what is that? So education is key, and spreading awareness. Every single day, if we're able to help others that way, the medical staff is, number one, that needs to be aware of this. And that's why I reached out to EMTs, I reached out to physicians. For February, for Go Red, we do some things in the schools and things like that, so that even children are aware of it, even our young kids, so that they may know what's going on with their parent, or, if this indeed does happen to them, because it's not the normal signs of a heart attack that somebody may have, or somebody may experience, somebody with plaque or high cholesterol, things like that. So you could be healthy, and this could happen to you.
Right.
And,
So what's it been like afterwards? Kind of the emotions you've gone through, the recovery um, regimens, or things that you've had to do, therapies. How's it been since this incident?
um, it's been a roller coaster of emotions. I definitely dealt with panic attacks, within, like I said, about events, high anxiety. Um, I've had a great support group. I've reached out to other SCAD survivors, right in the beginning, and that's what's got me through. My family, my faith, um, being courageous, and knowing that you have to take the time to heal. You have to take time for yourself, to know that when you're tired after the SCAD event, you need to rest. You need to know that it is going to get better, but it still takes time. It's 4.5 years for me, and I'm still healing. Like, it's still a process. It's a journey, but I'm grateful every day that it happened for a reason. I say that, I met so many wonderful people, and it opened up other doors for me. Like, I meditate now. I'm able to do yoga now. I sit and read books. I do coloring. I do activities that I wouldn't look at before. Um,
Okay, great.
so
Is there anything you'd want to tell people who, if this does happen to them, was there anything you think you did, like for example, that you had a good outcome, you had that they recognized it, they seemed to have treated it immediately. Is there anything you can suggest to people to get that good outcome as well?
well, you need to definitely, you know, ask and make sure, like, go with your gut feeling. Like with me, I was grateful that, yeah, my gut told me this is what it was. In some cases, we're not aware that, or we don't feel, what it is. But just to go with your gut, be in tune with your body, and listen to your body, because it really tells us, the truth about what's going on. And to ask a lot of questions, and to continue to go back to doctors if you're not getting the right answer, if you're not feeling well, to dig deeper, and to say, possibly, can this be a SCAD event?
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thanks for, and it's interesting that you say that. So many people say that that's the strongest advice they say, listen to your body. So I'm glad you reiterated that. We've interviewed a lot of folks over the years, and we just keep hearing that advice. It's like just, well, you can't make assumptions, and a lot of people will make assumptions when they see you. So that's great advice. Sorry, we're out of time at this point, but thank you so much for joining us. And I'm sorry, it was Denise, right? Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Have a
Yeah.
great day.
Thank you. Bye bye.